Back, so we are talking about logical operators now. So a logical operator, what if we want to test multiple conditional operators at the same time? So for example, we want to test if A is greater than or greater than B, or A is less than C at the same time, or and I should say. So we're going to start looking at logical operators. The first one is and with double ampersand. So we're going to say A is equal to 5, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 10. And when we run our script, our little thing, if A is great, it'll pass and give us true if A is greater than B and A is less than C. So let me throw some comment doohickeys in here to test this. So okay, so it returned true. A is greater than B and less than C. That's what we were expecting, and that worked. So we were able to test two things at the same time. So for the exercise for this one, and we're going to be doing a few different exercises just like last time, we're going to be doing lots of little exercises. So we're going to be pausing a few times through the video just to do each exercise. So for the first exercise, modify our Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion script to print a message if the converted temperature is greater than 16°C and less than 26°C, the message being the temperature is nice today. So pause here and do that and then come back, and then we'll go on with the rest. All right, okay, welcome back. So now, what if we wanted to test with two conditionals that either might be true instead of where both must be true? So PHP offers a OR operator, a logical OR. And if we, just as a note, if we have, so we can test to say if either A is true or B is true, or our first test is true or our second test is true, either one of those will return true and we'll go on with the thing. So just as a note, we can have multiple of these OR things stacked, together. We can have 3 tests, 4 tests, whatever. We can stack ORs and ANDs together. If we have multiple OR operators, the first time any condition is true, the test will return true and execute the block inside of there. So here in our artificial example, A is true and B is false. So we're going to run that script, and there it is. So either A or B is true, which is true. That's what we're expecting for our output, and that's what we got. So write a script, an if statement. Excuse me. Write an if statement that, given the variables below, tests to see if A is greater than B or A is less than C. So either one of those should return, it'll return true and then print a little message that says that. So pause here and do that, and then when you're done, come back and we'll keep moving on. All right, welcome back. Oh, okay, so we're going to look at this as a real cool thing. So the shorthand if statement, this is like an easy, cool little thing if we just want to do something for it's a shorthand way of testing an if thing if we want to just return a value to something, right? Let me explain what I mean by that. I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but it's easier to show it. So if in our example A equals 5, our variable A equals 5 and B equals 1, we put our test here, A is greater than B, and then if that's true, return A, else return B, and whichever one of those gets returned will be assigned to result. So let me run this guy and show you that. So in this case, where A is 5 and A is greater than B, so it should return A. Oh, I screwed screwed that up. All right, that was my fault. I screwed up the comment. All right, there it is. So result equals 5. And it doesn't, we can put anything we want here. So and it'll work. So it'll return whatever we want to. So I don't have an exercise for that one, but if you want, you can pause the video here and tinker with that yourself just for fun. Just rewrite basically what I did. Test that something is greater than something and return the result, and that'll be a cool little thing. All right. And we can also, we can also nest if statements. So if, and this will come up, we can nest if statements. So we can have an if block inside of an if block, and there's really like no limit to the logic of this, right? In our first case, so we have just in our fictional example, our artificial example, we have a is equal to true, our variables a equals true and b equals false. If a, which is going to return true, echo a is true. And then if b, echo b is true. But that's not going to print because b is false. So let me throw in the little comment line. And then run that, and you'll see a is equal to true, or a is true, right? And we got our first thing to print, but not our second thing. Size for this one, I know we've been kind of abusing so just for my benefit, this is the nested if statement thing. So for the exercise for this one, I know we've been kind of abusing our temperature conversion program, but we're gonna modify that guy again with a nested if statement to print a message. It might be cold if the temperature is below 18°C, and then add a nested if to print a second message. Might want to bring a sweater if the temperature is below 14°C. So cool, great. Well, that'll be pretty simple. I mean, you pretty much see how to do it. So all right, I will see you guys on the next one.